Do we have gamers here? I believe we do. Yeah? Do we even have people who create games? 1, 2, 3. And people who want to create games? Cool. Okay. Do we have any fathers? It's personal, but happy Father's Day, Germany. It's right today, right? Happy Father's Day. So we're here to talk about games because I like games very much. And I also happened to co-founded a company in gaming 8 years ago. And we now call it Web2 Gaming, but we did not call it Web2 Gaming back then. And today I would like to show you why we think, with my team, and we're excited about the fact that gaming will bring millions of users into blockchain. And I will try not to say NFTs, DAOs, governance, any of those. If I don't succeed, please tell me. I'll try not to, because I think we don't need it, right? And before I show you why I think gaming will bring millions to blockchain, I should tell you something about me and the company, so you have a bit more of a trust that we know what we're talking about. 8 years ago, I co-founded Gamee. I still lead the company, and we started building a gaming platform on mobile phones, and we still focus on mobile with the idea of connecting people in play. And we were always looking at the challenge on mobile phones. The attention span of people is super short. They go play one game, they leave you forever, never come back, and it's very hard business to be in. So we're always thinking about how can we build a community around content, how can we have them stay with us, play many games, and we built Gamee as a platform that does exactly that. And we started experimenting with some of the first ideas to reinvest part of our profit back to the community, to have them tell us what they would like, without having the exciting technology of blockchain back then. And we grew the platform into 40 million users, 6 billion gameplays. Last week, we have launched over 100 games. And 2 years ago, we started looking into blockchain, and we thought, maybe if we use this tech, we can make the ideas we have a bit more real, tangible. We can make that like for real. And this is how we launched our new gaming platform, Arcade. And the decision was either we use this new tech and we put it into the old platform, or we start from scratch, and we decided to start over. Because we believe that some of the principle and the mindset behind is very different. Now, Arcade is doing really well. It's probably one of the biggest B2C mobile dApps, if you want, on the market. It has 50,000 daily active users, over 12 games live. It has gamification. It has the token rewards. It has things, characters that belong to people. I did not say it. And we also have our own, of course, characters that play a role inside games. Genesis collection was released, and we're experimenting with those. Every day we're learning very, very much. But this is not what I want to talk to you about. What I want to talk to you about today, okay, these are our Gbots. They're very awesome. You can check them out. What I want to talk to you about today is that it was never a better time to be in gaming, because we really live in a golden era of play. Nothing lights up the brain like games. And this is how we, as humans, even animals, this is how we learn, right? And this has always been with us. If you look at the numbers in gaming industry, what was it, $180 billion in revenue, 2.5 billion gamers on this planet. It's bigger than the music and film industry combined. And it's the most universal entertainment medium there is. So it's really amazing playground. And we think we're witnessing, not now, but over the past years, we're witnessing a very strong player revolution because there are two megatrends that are coming up together. First, yes, games are becoming very strong. It's a universal entertainment medium. It's touching on our motivations. And we see a gamification of life everywhere we look. There is a very strong trend that goes beyond gaming in every single industry. And it's accelerated by technology. How exactly, if you think back about smartphones, how smartphones brought gaming to every single pocket, and enabled anybody to create a game and distribute to any country in the world, and how social media accelerated the sharing of games all around the planet, the technology was something that accelerated the entertainment medium. And we're no longer thinking about games as like nerdy, niche, solo experiences. They have hit a massive art, world-class stage, and it's already happening, right? You guys know what that is, probably, yes. So games have created a new category of sports, and there's maybe 100,000 people there watching other people play. They're watching them like rock stars, and it's like, it does not surprise us, right? But it would, a couple years ago maybe. We have seen during the pandemic especially, we have seen life experiences happen in a virtual world, like funerals, weddings. This is Animal Crossing, but yeah, people could not be together, so they were together in a virtual space. We have seen concerts and social events happening in virtual space. We have even seen a triangle of a book, game, and a movie, where the game was prior to the movie. It happens more and more. The movies come after the game. So we're seeing this more and more often as the gaming is becoming more and more prominent in our culture. And it comes together with a very interesting phenomenon of the 21st century, where something happened with our motivation. So the old scheme of stick and carrot does not seem to be working anymore. People look for recognition, being part of something bigger to achieve something, right? And the pandemic only made that stronger. I spoke a little bit about gamification. I'm sure most of you have some of the device on you as well that makes you move more, sleep better, maybe not now, or be kinder to a taxi driver. The gamification is in every single industry, and it was inspired by what's happening in gaming. So when we put together the tech, and we put together the situation where we need to connect to each other, and we have means to do it, we feel part of something bigger, and this is making gaming a very powerful medium. Now, it has never been a better place to be in gaming than now. But why am I telling you this? Well, there is a new technology, and there are very strong signals that this technology is about to stay. There is more money, more people, more wallets, more everything. These numbers are actually not new. I didn't have time to update them, so I think they're like from the end of the 2021. It did not go smaller. I think you can safely add up more, and it's going to be true. So there is a new technology that's going to accelerate gaming once more. If you remember a little bit like how we spoke about social and mobile, that was massive for gaming, and we have one more change that's happening in gaming. Now, the first one, the very first pillar I want to talk about is the change of economic models. If you have worked in mobile gaming industry, or if you have played any mobile game, you probably know how the money is made, right? So 99% of players, they play for free. And there is 1% of players, if the game is good, that they turn up paying for in-app purchases inside the game. There has been a lot of data about less than 0.5% of players actually make majority of the revenue. So yes, there were whales before crypto probably, and there are. And the players who play for free, they provide data to the game creator, right? They feed the engine, like the more data, the better the conversion optimizations the developer can make. And they get no value really out of it, they have no control over it. This is simply how it works. And because it has been widely successful, economy-wise, profit-wise, this has taken gaming by storm. And it's not really great because it somehow detaches the value away from the gamers, and once they decide they want to, from any reason, leave the game, not play it anymore, they do not get anything out of it. It's just not there. So the money flows between the game creator and the small percentage that pay, and that's it. And the change that we are seeing that is happening is that does not have to be the only flow of money, right? It doesn't have to be between the game developer and the 0.5% of players. It can be between the players as well, the secondary market. Now, when you look at the existing games, if you took this thinking and you would put it inside the game, it would not make the same profit because they were not designed with this thinking in mind. So what needs to happen is when we think about new games, we have to think about new economy. So the fact that players can sell something they have earned or created in the game to somebody else should be desirable and part of the game design. And that is a massive opportunity because that creates opportunity for new genres, new playground. So that's first. The second one is the true ownership thing. I'm not gonna say that word. So the thing is that once I own something in the game and I realize I actually own it, I start to think a little bit like an entrepreneur. So I have property rights around this thing. What can I do with it? One thing is, what can I do with it inside the game? But then you start thinking, well, is there anything I can do with this item outside of this game? Is there any other use? And now again, the playground massively expands, right? Because I can take this thing to another environment and use it as a profile picture, use it as a way to access a mission, use it as a proof of skill, use it as a collateral. And this comes down again to thinking about game design. I am no longer building my game to control everything. I am building the game with this in mind, that this can happen, and it's even desirable for people to be able to take their thing to another gaming world, or even the other way around, what is already built out there that we can use, and how we can invite an existing community use what they have inside ours. So again, a massive shift in game design, thanks to technology. Well, and the last one, I think it somehow wraps everything together, and it's the power in the hands of players. Well, it's easier to say than to do. It strongly links to what I've said before. They own what they earn, and they can control it, but also it becomes somehow default. Like they expect the game developer to do it this way, right? And when people join your game early on, and they have these digital property rights, they feel like part of the company, like shareholders almost. So we no longer think about how do we buy users, but what is it that the game offers they can build together with us, so we buy them in. So it's no longer looking at the game with the metric of lifetime value. Have you heard the term lifetime value of user? So we're no longer looking at the lifetime value of a user, but what is the value of the game that the community can create together? Of course, the more engaged community and the larger, and if they are incentivized to build it together with you and have a share in the success and the proceeds, the more successful the project is supposed to be. So, summarizing all these together, there's never been a better better playground for gaming. We have technology, we have seen gaming taking the world-class stage, and it's a great time to be game creator. So if you think about doing Web3 games or you'll restart it, think about these principles. First, I think it's easy to say, if people can earn something, they will come. They probably will. But if they stop earning, they will leave. So that's not the only and single principle how we can build Web3 gaming on. It's not going to be long-term sustainable. We have to think about how can we build games differently with this open mindset so that we really bring millions of people into blockchain. And I believe this is already happening. So thanks for the attention. If you would like to follow our journey, the best idea is probably to go to our website, gamee.com. So you can get links and play our existing games, see how we're doing, what I've just described, or follow us on Twitter or however you like.
Hi, I'm Madeline. I'm from Gelato Network. So first of all, thank you very much for the presentation. I'm really impressed by the numbers. I know Gamee previously because I was playing some of the games, but I didn't know that you have 14 million plus users. So kudos to you guys. My question is, I think many of the people in the space now complain that there's so much play to earn that take away the fun of playing the game. Then second, many of the games still require users to do so much about onboarding before they can actually start playing the game. So do you have any plans or any things that you guys are working on to improve the overall user experience? Thank you.
Yeah, so I think we've touched a little bit on the play to earn. If you start paying people to show up, they will show up. When you stop paying people to show up, they will stop. So that's not really the way how this can work long term. I think we have to come back to the principles I was trying to describe, like how can we build a game that is able to earn something for people who are really dedicated and they have a lot of skill and they can build something in the game other people want. So this is the type of play and earn that relies on the secondary market, on the engaged community. They will want to buy things from those who have earned it inside the game. But if it's just everybody coming and clicking and claiming their rewards, there is a very high risk it's not going to work long term. Second question was about onboarding. Yeah, we have a lot of users that have no idea about crypto. And we had to be very careful about how do we walk them through so they don't get scared and run away. This was also why we decided not to implement blockchain into our existing free-to-play platform, but rather start from scratch with just a different mindset and really take it step by step. We have, with Arcade, I think we have opened almost 2 million new wallets for users. Oftentimes, it was their first crypto wallet they ever had. Very easy, but taking them step by step. When they get into the point, they understand, okay, this is how it works. They're able to, of course, connect their external wallet. They get their hands on first NFTs for the tokens they have earned inside the game, etc. But this is a gradual learning process, and I almost feel like we're on the intersection of gaming, education, and finance. We're no longer just a gaming company anymore. I would love to focus only on gaming, but it's not the case. There is a lot more education to be done. The tools have to be simpler. Everything has to be simpler. People do not care about the type of database or chain or whatever the games use. They just want to play the game if this is the right motivation, and this is what we want to see. So the tech has to be hidden, almost invisible, and getting there.
Hi, thank you. I'm building the Gamify as well, so that's why it's interesting talk. Thank you. So, do you have any ideas or no cases to avoid the speculations in the initial term in token economy, but still maintain the long-term growth in token prices in the game?
Can you say again?
Do you have any ideas or cases to avoid the speculations in the initial term in token economy, but still maintain the long-term growth in token prices?
Yeah, so well, the thing is then when you look at gaming economy and you start balancing like how the game works and you use a token that's like access and payment for something, maybe you don't even want to see the token to go super much up, right? Because it somehow breaks the gaming economy. So it's almost like being contradictory to how crypto works. But if you look at gaming, you want to see sustainable, strong market. You want to see more holders that have the token, that use it actually, rather than speculate. And the more users you have that use it, they are going to maybe counterbalance those that have it, hold it to speculate. I don't know if you can prevent it though.
What kind of approach do you have? You know, the building the fun game, or
Well, the approach is focusing on building games, and hopefully the rest will follow. So all of our focus is like, can we build a gaming platform that has very strong retention, engagement, time spent, even without paying people to do so? If yes, then like the benefit of having the asset on chain and allowing the person to take it out if they decide, it's on top.
I see. What kind of approach do you will you do it in your product, your company? What you making the fun game?
Yes, so we building games. Yes,
I see.
that's the idea.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for the questions.